corresponds to the precedence table. Starting node is numbered 1. So we start off with number 1, okay? Who comes out of number 1? Which two letters? How do you know it's P and Q? Yeah, P and Q, they don't depend on anything, right? So that's P and Q done. Now what happens to P then? Who comes out of P? R and S, okay? Now I'm looking further down, I can see S, T, and RU, so this, I might have changed this in a minute, but we'll give it a go. So you're R and you're S. Is that okay? Now what happens after that then? Who comes out of Q? Just T, is it? Okay. Now, see the way T and S can converge for you? Does everybody see that? T and S can converge for you. And T is dependent on Q. So why don't I converge the two of them together? Would that make sense? And then what can come out of that then? U comes out of that, is that right? Okay. Now, how far along am I now? I need R and U to converge on the one spot. So what could I have done there? I could have aimed the U. I could have aimed the U upwards. I'd almost do these in pencil in the exam. And then once I get the correct answer, I just trace it back out in pen. And then I'm done. You should be able to do it with straight lines. If you see any of the examples, they're all straight, aren't they? So I get what you're saying. It's sometimes easier to curve it than I just keep the same as the examples in the book. I wouldn't deviate. Then after that, then who's next? V. And then after V is W. I think that's a pretty flawless victory there. I'm happy with that. As I said, it wasn't like this at the start. Now, what's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's easily 7, isn't it? That's easily 6. 4 and 5. I think there's, like, you could prove that is 4 and that is 5, couldn't you? Or you could do the opposite way around. It's hard to tell which one's which at times, isn't it? So which one do you think you'd be favouring anyway if you were to just take a random guess? I'd say R comes before S in the... Oh, sorry, it has to be. Sorry, that has to be 5 because it feeds in, doesn't it? So that's 4. In this case, it's actually clear cut. Okay. Now, what about 2 and 3? It doesn't matter, I don't think. I'll just go for alphabetical preference. P is 2 and Q is 3. We all happy with that? Now, I'm going to move down. What's this question it's asking us here? I'm just going to shuffle all this down underneath. Okay. Now, what's the number of the source node? We all said the source node is number 1. It's a silly question. Gives us the answer directly above it. Activity done. C. Write down always true or sometimes for the following 3 boxes. S happens before T. Does S happen before T? Not necessarily. Sometimes true. Sometimes. Okay. What about the next one then? S happens before U. Does S happen before U? It has to. See the way S feeds into node 4 and U comes afterwards? S has to, always happens. S comes before U every time. Is that all right? I'll pause for a second. Now, S, okay, and we said has to happen, yeah? Always. S happens before U. S happens before P. Let's have a look. P happens before S, so that's never, isn't it? Okay. And was there any other questions after that?